And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 69 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I am your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
69.
I know. I was waiting for you to go, woo!
Billy Madison ruined our generation.
He did.
Well, not ruined it, but, like you can't hear the number 69 without going, 69.
Right. I know we're 40, but I am still immature child.
Same. And as usual, don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers that we will happily drink. And also, HansonsOnHiatus.com. You can see our merch store there.
Yes, go check out our merch.
Yeah, Alexis made a bunch of cool new designs, so very nice. And let's see, who else? Sydney, Tracy, Brian. I think some other people bought some shirts and some stickers and some hats over the weekend.
Yes, thank you so much to everybody. I can't wait to see everything, and thank you for your support.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they look like in person.
Yeah, you can see that little image, which looks cool, but I want to see it in person with little puggies on them.
Yeah, and I guess by the time this airs, it'll be past the sale. But we'll put up some new ones. Every time we put new designs up, they're on sale for 3 days.
Yeah.
Like 30 to 40% off, I think. So
we'll be sure to let you know. New designs are hitting. That means sales.
Yeah, go ahead, HansonsOnHiatus.com. Mm-hmm. And also, we are available on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music, at Hansons on Hiatus. So you can find our video casts on YouTube and Spotify if you are listening on something else. So you can see us sit here and sit in our kitchen if you'd like.
You can see our funny faces. We make at each other.
Yeah. Well, as I said, of course, we record this a couple days before we air it. So we have not gotten the hurricane yet that everybody has been warning us about.
And thank you for all the messages. Everybody's so concerned for us. I appreciate it.
I know.
I feel like it's kind of like in Florida. Everybody, but are you okay down there?
We're good. Really? I don't know how your friends were, but I lived in Florida for 10 years, and nobody was like, hey, you guys going to be okay? You guys hunkering down?
There was probably a couple people reached out,
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
I can see this is, it's a big one coming that potentially could do some damage around here, but we're keeping tabs on it.
Yes. Yeah. So is it Beryl? Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so. Our friends
Beryl. Beryl.
Beryl.
No.
Beryl.
Well, I mean, it's like it's a name, right? It's always somebody's name.
Yeah,
so
that's a new one. I've never
heard of Beryl.
Beryl.
Old Beryl. It's barreling down on us.
Yeah, it is.
But so we, like you said, we've lived in Florida for 10 years. We're used to hurricanes, or the lack thereof, obviously, because we kind of lived in the sweet spot of Florida, or the years. Like we moved there when did you move? 2006, 2005?
Yeah, around then.
Okay, so we had just missed the big hurricanes in Florida. I can't remember what it was, like Andrew or Ivan or something.
That's right, yeah.
Those were all in like 4 and 5, I believe. So I moved just after those hit, and we got some hurricane parties when I lived in Gainesville.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just kind of like terrible weather. You know, it wasn't like I was actually fearing for my life or anything like that.
There's lots of rain, flooding.
Yeah, and then we moved from Florida 2015 to Atlanta. So in that time span, there wasn't any bad hurricane. I mean, there's obviously hurricanes coming through, but nothing that like really hit us really bad.
And being in Central Florida, I think we weren't, we're just going to get a lot of the aftermath, not too much destruction.
Maybe. That's the other thing is like people look at the path of the hurricane and there's like the black line and then there's like the cone on the outside. And even like the one coming here, people are like, oh no, look, it's down south now, like near Chetumal and Belize and maybe even in like up to Tulum or something. But that's just like a hurricane isn't a line. That's like the center of it. Yeah. So obviously anything within hundreds of miles outside of it is going to still get hit.
Yes.
So we are, as of what's today? Tuesday? Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesday. As of Tuesday, it's supposed to be hitting kind of the southern part of our state. Right. But I still assume we're going to get a lot of wind and rain and probably some downed trees and stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we can expect definitely a lot of rain. Things are going to flood here. Things are going to be closed down or
power.
Yeah, power. As long as
a bird farts and the power goes out. So
lately, yes, but not all the time.
Yeah, well, especially in the summer when everybody's blasting their AC and stuff. So
Yeah, that's when it just gets too hot. Things start melting and exploding and whatever.
yeah, so
When our
I actually
stuff
feel
goes down.
safer here, even though we're like a block from the beach rather than in Central Florida,
Yeah.
where we were, however far from the beach. I feel safer here actually because in Orlando, I was living in some cookie cutter apartment that they probably threw up in 6 months or
Yeah.
something. But here, our fucking building is straight up concrete.
Yeah.
It's cement, like a 1.5 foot of cement on every corner. It's nothing is made out of wood here, really.
Right.
So
And I like that we're on the opposite side of the ocean. We're not ocean
yeah,
facing.
like our back is to the ocean,
Yeah,
basically.
so hopefully that'll help us a little bit, but I feel bad for everybody on that side of the building.
Yeah. Well, and then we're on a street too, so we have cement buildings on the other side of us. So
Right.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of blockage of really bad winds, and we basically have one wind. I mean, it's just our sliding glass door is our
Right.
window.
Yeah,
So
that I hope holds up.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we are kind of preparing
Yeah.
just in case.
We're taking some precautions. We're not taking it lightly.
And I'm not, like I said, not so worried about the storm, but maybe about the power going out and
Right.
food and what the stores are doing and stuff like that. So we've stocked up on food. What are like we're trying to figure out like what are the main food dishes, I guess, that you can make with no power.
Yeah.
So like we came up with basically like peanut butter and jelly, tuna, like
anything in a can.
yeah, like canned tuna. We can make like tuna salad sandwiches or, just eat it with crackers or something like that. Shoot, we got some dry snacks, crackers, chips, pretzels, things that you don't have to cook.
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, we got stocked up on water. We
Yeah,
have tons
of
of
course.
jugs of water. We have that. We're gonna get some candles and things, and we have them already. But yeah, food wise, I don't know what else you make if you don't have any power. If we don't have any kind of heat source, we need like canned SpaghettiOs, cans of rice. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the hard thing is like some of the stuff that doesn't have to be refrigerated usually has to be heated up.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I guess you can eat cold rice and beans or something,
Yeah.
but it's like, what do you eat? And the fridge will hold its, chill for quite a while. So it kind of depends there. But if anybody else has any ideas of what else we can make with things that are maybe dry goods or whatever that'll last without any power or any heat source, please let us know.
Yes, please. Yeah, we weren't sure if should we be cooking a bunch of stuff in the crock pot and kind of like putting it together and keeping it in the fridge, but then if the power goes out, isn't it going to spoil or go bad depending what it is?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how long the power's out. Like if we made like a crock pot thing, I don't think it would go bad quickly, but then also you're eating cold stew or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know.
And I want to say the problem, I'm sure it's not just us, but then you get all these little snacky things for these hurricane parties or to hunker down. I want the snackies now.
Yeah, I know. We've been like eating like we've been back to the grocery store like 2 times
I
already
know.
because we keep
We're
eating all our food.
Ooh, pretzels. Ooh, this. Ooh, this.
Yeah.
So we're like eating our rations. Like we can't. We have to put them away.
Yeah, exactly. What else have we? Oh, there's like they have these packets at the grocery store. They're like pulled pork or pulled chicken that are shelf stable. Same thing with like milk. Like milk here is shelf stable. So
eggs, milk. You don't have to keep it.
well, the eggs you can't really cook, but the milk, like we could make cereal and stuff, like cereal and milk. We could do that with it. So yeah, I mean, obviously we got beer and liquors and stuff like that. So
That was the important part.
yeah.
Beer, liquor, wine, anything like that.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like yesterday was 4th of July.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we have leftover hot dogs or something.
Yeah.
Hot dogs and hamburgers that we've already cooked.
We cooked a 30-pack.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
And then we're also talking about like, what do we do like to pass the time? Because we have battery packs where we can kind of keep our phone charged for a while. But after that, then what do we
waste it.
do? Like, I guess we got to get a fucking Jenga out and card games and
We
stuff.
do have Jenga. We have Uno. We have some little kind of dice games your mom gave us. And I think we'd be okay.
Yeah.
We'd figure it out.
Yeah. So
Read.
if anybody has any suggestions of food that we can cook or supplies that we can get to make some meals that don't require those things, or if you have any games that you think might be fun to play.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always play strip poker.
We could.
Yeah.
Just you and me, baby.
or booby poker.
Yeah. We can figure something
Yeah.
out. We'll make some games.
Yeah. So hopefully everything is good. It doesn't destroy too many things.
Yeah,
So,
I hope.
yeah.
I hope everyone in Quintana Roo is going to be okay. Everything won't flood too much. Hopefully, I've seen them doing preventative things throughout the week and the month because we've had a couple bad storms already. So hopefully, they're getting ready for the hurricane
Yeah,
season.
I think the flooding is more than is more of the fear than the storm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Everything floods here and doesn't know where to go.
Yeah,
Has
exactly.
nowhere to go.
But thank everybody that has been messaging us. Thank you. We appreciate it. We are staying here because even if we go inland somewhere, the hurricane looks like it's coming straight across the peninsula. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we'd probably still get some rain and bad weather in there. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're just going to hunker down.
Yeah, and I don't know if I have done depending on when you're listening to this, if I've done my beer chug yet or not, but if we're in a hurricane, that might be a cool fucking beer chug.
That'd be a really cool beer chug.
Yeah.
Nate, coming to you live on Friday. You're just...
Yeah, I go to drink my beer and the wind just goes, takes it out of my hand.
Oh,
shoot.
We'll tie you down.
Yeah, so, but anyway, tie you down. So this past weekend, we didn't have really any big plans. It was kind of raining on and off.
Yeah, we're kind of waiting out the weather to see.
Yeah, because there was another tropical storm that was in the Gulf, and we were getting the feeder bands from that.
Always on the weekends. The rain's like, all week it's nice and sunny while you're working. Nope, the weekend.
Yeah, we're
That's
going
when
to fuck you over
hit.
here. So we decided that we were going to go to the pool for a little bit because it was supposed to rain in the afternoon. So we're like, all right, let's get some pool time in before the rain comes back.
Right.
And then you got a call from one of your clients that owns one of the rental properties that you take care of. And what did they invite us to?
Dinner.
Just dinner, basically. Right?
They're going back to the States like the next day or so, and they just wanted to show their appreciation to me and the other guys and take us to a nice little dinner to say thank you. And they know we're going to be busy in the upcoming months, so I think they were just like, hold strong, and we appreciate you. And it was really nice, a really nice offer. So we kind of...
Yeah, it was. We weren't really sure if we were like, do we want to go all the way down? It's not far. It's like an hour, but...
Right. But it was like noon at that time.
Yeah,
we're like,
and we don't have a car or anything like that, but we had something going on the next day. So we're like, all right, let's go. We're going to jump on the bus. So we bought bus tickets like last minute, went and jumped on the bus. And then we were like, we're going to come back tonight because the last bus is at like 10:20. So we're like, we can still hit dinner and have
enough time.
Dinner was supposed to be at like 6 or 7. We're like, oh, we'll have plenty of time. You know, so, and also just wanted to speak on you a little bit. Alexis got a raise, like a 30% raise at her company and 10% like owner, I guess, or partner.
Yeah, they made me like a little partner because they like me.
Yeah.
They like me.
So
They
congratulations.
like
Good job.
Thank you. I'm so excited. It's a new position, kind of new job, and I like it. It's great.
Yeah. So you basically handle all the communications with the renters from Airbnb and everything, making sure they got their check-in information, any issues, any suggestions, if you need a transfer from the airport, or if you want to rent a scooter or things like that, right?
Take a tour, excursion. Yeah, I'm guest communications.
Yes. Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
But so we get our bus tickets and we head down to Tulum, and our friend Tom picks us up.
Thank God for the bus, though, the audio bus.
Oh yeah, I mean
it's great.
God, what is it? Was it 100 pesos or 120 pesos? So it's like $6.
Yeah,
$6-7.
A taxi would have been like $50.
Oh, for sure.
To go to Tulum.
Yeah. So we go to this really nice Thai place right on the beach in Tulum. Beautiful view. The food was really good.
Really good.
I think is it an Australian guy that owns it? And they flew in the chef from Thailand.
Yes.
Like they're like, bro, we want you. You're moving to fucking Mexico for a Thai restaurant.
That would be a very big difference going from Thailand to this little restaurant in Tulum. I don't know what he was doing in Thailand, but he's one of the best of the best, I guess.
Well, that'd be cool too. Like telling your friends, like, oh, you're moving to Mexico? Why? Yeah. Oh, they're opening a Thai restaurant and they want me to cook for them. Like that's pretty cool. Like if you lived in I don't know, like. Yeah, they're moving me to the UK. I'm going to cook hot dogs and hamburgers for everybody.
Yeah. I got the taco soup or some like Midwest kind of mixy foods.
Yeah. But these clients, the owners of one of these rental properties, super cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, her and her husband, really chill, like interesting to talk to. I think she was like a psychiatrist or some kind of therapist or something. And I can't even remember what her husband does, but he's uber intelligent, musically inclined, very like tech savvy and everything. So they're a very interesting couple. Very fun.
Interesting. They both have really good stories.
Yeah.
And just they've lived life.
And yeah, and speaking of one of their stories, I don't know if I have all the details, but from what I remember her telling us, they had a friend in Mexico, and he's 82 years old. He's from South America. Or no, sorry, he's German, but moved here from South America.
Yeah.
And what was it? In South America, he was living in a castle, like left by his family, because his dad his dad was really high up in the Nazis.
Yeah.
And supposedly this castle had a bunch of like underground tunnels, and there's supposedly like Nazi gold there. Ooh. Which is crazy because it makes sense, because that was like the rumor that Hitler had escaped and fled to like Argentina or South America somewhere. And that's what a lot of the Nazis did, go to South America. Wow. That's why there's like a German population there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, living in a castle with a bunch of gold is pretty fucking cool.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool that they knew somebody that was doing that.
Yeah.
Living their life like that.
Because he had, what was it? Like, he had some really nice car. I can't remember what it was, but they were saying like, yeah, it's just weird that this 82-year-old guy all of a sudden just bought this like $200,000 car or whatever. It's like,
where'd you get the money?
Where did this money come from? Yeah. So the dinner got started a little bit late. We thought it was gonna be like 6 or ish, yeah. And then when did it actually
like 7:15, 7:30?
Yeah. So we're thinking, okay, still have 3 hours.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to eat.
Plenty. Not in Mexico.
No. It was like, first of all, a storm started coming in. Luckily, we were all inside at this point.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. That wind was insane. It was beautiful. We're all taking pictures outside. And the next thing we look, just
monsoon.
Crazy monsoon. The ocean's right there. We're like, oh, shit, we might be here tonight.
Yeah. So it was maybe like 9:45 and our bus was at 10 or 10:20.
Yeah.
So not in like 5 minutes, but we still hadn't gotten the bill, paid the check, did all, get in the car, drive to the bus station, all this shit. So we're like, hey, and we didn't know when to like mention it to our friend Tom, because I think we kind of said that we were gonna come back tonight.
Yeah, we said we're gonna take the bus tonight, and none of us kind of thought, hey, we'd be out till 10:30.
Yeah, but we were all deep in conversation, and I was like, did I say something? But like, this is the last bus. So I was like, we got to get it if we got to get back, because we had something going on the next day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, our bus is in like 40 minutes. Is like, can we make it to that? I was like, oh shoot, okay, yeah, sure. And then everybody's super accommodating. We close the tab. We got to, so we get in the car. Tom rushes us to the bus station. We get there with 10 minutes before the bus leaves. Perfect timing.
Perfect time.
And there was like 2 buses when we got there.
Yeah.
And they were pulling away. And we're like, okay, those aren't ours. Because the buses here are always either right on time or maybe a couple minutes late. Right. Like a few minutes. Right. So we're like, okay, it's not leaving 10 minutes early.
Right. And there were a bunch of people still there. So we're like, okay, obviously these people are taking the last bus too. And we're good.
Then another bus pulls up. And we didn't really realize that they were going to be leaving. So they pulled up for a minute, and then they started backing up, and it was right around the time our bus was supposed to be leaving. And we're like, no. So we run over there and we talk to the security guy, and he's like waving at the bus driver, and they're like, no, waves his finger at us and pulls away. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, so we're like, okay, maybe that wasn't it. And so we're waiting around because everybody else was still there.
Yeah.
Then
and no one else seemed concerned. So we're looking around reading the room.
So now it's like 10-ish minutes past when our bus was supposed to leave, and there's no buses there. And then another bus pulls in, and it says Playa del Carmen Alterna, which is the station we were going to.
Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
that's our bus. Okay.
Yeah. And the bus driver gets off, goes to the bathroom, comes back, and we're thinking like, oh, we're waiting for him to start taking the tickets for everyone to get on.
Yeah.
He just closes the door, and we're like, no, like, we need to get on this bus. And then he asks the guy, and then he's just kind of like shrugging, and he waves at the bus driver again. The bus driver's like, no. And like, we're like, what the fuck is going on?
And we're speaking in Spanish to these people and not even getting Spanish back.
No, they were just like shrugs.
They were just like, the one guy kept doing this, like I'm like, it's coming back around. One's coming.
Yeah, we thought
another one's got what?
And the bus was like backing up and turning around. So we thought that like, oh, okay, he's just backing up because it's hard to get in and out of this bus station. No, and then he just fucking takes off.
God.
Like, great. We missed the last bus. We're stuck here, which was fine. Tom offered for us to stay at his place.
Yeah. He's like, I can come back and get you. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but we just kind of wanted to be home in the morning so we could go and meet our friends that we said we'd meet up with them before they left. So, so we're like, fuck, we're so mad, and so I'm like, we're waiting around, and I'm like, oh god, what do we do? So I go to ask the guy at the ticket counter, and he's like, oh yeah, it's still coming. We're like, oh shit. Oh, okay, good. Okay, good deal. So I go across the street to get some beers and something for us to drink, like a water or something, because we were so thirsty. Because
the snack stand there, they had a snack stand at the bus station, but this lady was counting like Scrooge McDuck coins, just lining them all up in these rows and wouldn't let us buy anything. You went up and she told you like, no. And then I went up, I was like, please, I'm like so thirsty. And she was like, no, bye.
Like, not happening.
Like, why? No, just closing down. She's like covering everything up with bags and sheets for the night. I'm like, we're still here.
It's like, sell us a fucking water, bitch. Like,
please.
What the hell?
God, oh my
God. So our bus finally did come. We got on it and we got home just fine.
Thank God it came.
I was so
that
worried.
was the longest we had to wait for a bus here.
Oh yeah, it was like 35 minutes late.
Yeah.
I've never had one that late. I was like, oh, it's gone by for sure.
Yeah. I know they said like there was weather. I mean, there was other bad weather going on, so it probably delayed it. But still, say an announcement to everybody. Put up a little ticker on the sign. Nothing. They're just like, just wait. Just wait.
Just wait. Just wait. Another thing I wanted to bring up was I forgot last week when I was mentioning the charitable tourism charity event that I was a part of when you were out of town. There was a couple that they're like one of the sponsor couples. There's like these families in the U.S. that will, when they come here, they will bring some supplies and donations and stuff, or sometimes they'll just donate money or whatever. So we were meeting up with this couple at the ferry pier so we could all go over to the event together. And it was Paul and Bridget. And I get to talking to them. And I was like, oh, where are you guys from? And, like, where's your cruise coming out of? Where are you going and everything? And they're from like South Atlanta.
That's great.
Yeah, they're from, gosh, I can't remember exactly. It was, I think, by Jonesboro.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, like South Side of Atlanta. I was
Small
like,
world.
small world. And they knew, our old radio show,
Nice.
Bailey and Southside. And then I got to talk to them a little bit more. And they moved to Georgia from the Pittsburgh area.
Oh,
and they knew
wow.
exactly
That's
like where
neat.
your parents were from and your
Yay.
grandma and everything like that. So
Good people. I'm going to have to meet them.
yeah, so like what are the chances, of
Yeah.
all the people coming from on a cruise, like you're from the same area and you know the
Yeah.
same people.
I love that maybe like Wanda and our friends didn't even mention that, or maybe she didn't know that
Yeah.
too. So yeah.
I think one of them went to school with like Southside Steve or something. It's
Oh,
like
nice.
everyone that like if I'll that's kind of from that the Georgia area, if I ask them like, oh, did you ever listen to Rock 100.5 or whatever? And if they say they know Steve, they always went to school with him. They never.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh yeah, I used to listen to him. It's always like they know him personally. It's so
know him.
funny.
Because
Yeah.
they do. They know him.
Yeah. But you also had some good Airbnb stories
I
this
did.
week, or at least one. The key situation. What happened with that?
Oh my gosh. I never know what's going to happen with this job. We get a message. So we have guests that are, currently staying there. And then we also have guests checking in and checking out each day. So these two girls were checking in. They let us know, hey, we're here. We're having some issues with our lockbox. We keep all the keys in a separate coded lockbox. So they're going in. We're sending them their little map, like this is where your building is, access the code, the keys here, and then, welcome. So they message us. We haven't heard from them. We're like, hey, did you make it in? Is everything okay? Usually people let us know like every step of the way. We're here. We got in, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
like questions.
Or not at all.
Or not at all. Like one or the other. They're, oh yeah, we spent a week here. Everything was fine. We didn't need you one bit. And then we have other people we have to literally hold their hand through the whole experience, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's why we're
It's like,
there.
oh, they booked 5 months ago and haven't said a word till the day before. Like,
Yes.
hey, how do we get from the airport to the condo?
Yeah, people will do that.
Idiots.
How should I get there? It's an hour away, over an hour away, whatever.
Yeah.
So these girls are checking in, and then I get another message from a couple in another unit, and they're like, hey, just want to let you know, some people just opened our door and came into our unit, and they don't belong here. And we're like, oh shit, must be those two girls. So I'm going back and forth with two couples in WhatsApp, these group, and then the girls finally reply and come clean and go, yeah, for some reason we went to that unit and the door was open. We thought it was open for us. Walk right in. And we saw some people in the shower. So they might be mad. I'm so sorry for your guess. They were mad.
Oh my
They were
God.
very mad. They were on like their anniversary trip, doing whatever in the shower. And these two girls walked right in on them. So we had to
It's like a
play.
Shaggy song.
Oh my gosh, it was. It wasn't me.
Banging on the bathroom floor.
So yeah, they were embarrassed, and luckily the couple was cool. They were like, "This is one of our last nights. Like, don't let that happen again. Just want to make you aware." And the other girls felt really embarrassed, so that was fun.
Yeah. Oh my God. Terrible. Terrible.
I would feel so bad. I would be embarrassed
Yeah.
the entire time.
What's like the worst situation that somebody could walk in on you on? I mean, obviously like doing it.
Yeah, or maybe even like going to the bathroom.
yeah,
because
like
you're kind
taking
of
a dump.
vulnerable if you're sitting there and they walk in. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
like,
And if it's a bathroom, you can't reach the door to like shut it.
yeah,
You're
get
like,
out.
"Ah,
I would just be yelling,
ah."
get out, get out, get out. So that was fun. I'm sure that won't be the last time that'll happen.
Yeah.
Just- For some reason, people can't read
Words.
maps. Yeah, words or maps. So we send things verbally, written text and images of it too. And they just can't follow sometimes. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to
Crazy.
do.
Your crazy stories. Well, I also had, let's see, where is that? I got a really nice message on Instagram. I mean, on Facebook.
Oh.
And it was a guy that we went to high school with, and we were in cross country together. Just randomly out of the blue, like I don't think he was at our reunion. So I probably haven't seen him since high school. So like 20 plus years or whatever.
Wow.
And he said, hey, how are you? He's like, I know we weren't super close in high school, but I have great memories of our cross country days together. I'm so glad to see all of your adventures, and I'm so grateful for your kindness way back when. Cheers to you. I was
Aw,
like, oh, that's really
you've
nice.
always been a kind boy.
But it's nice to know, like, I don't know, like back in the high school days, I guess, like a lot of my memories are fuzzy, I guess.
Oh,
But,
really?
like, I don't remember like in-depth conversations with people. Like I
Yeah.
remember hanging out with certain people and stuff like that.
You
But
remember like the core moments or core people.
yeah, so and I don't know if if he got like picked on in high school or something, and he was just saying like thanks for being nice to me or whatever. But
Yeah.
but it's nice to know that people like recognize that maybe
Yeah.
20 years later and be like, oh, he was a nice guy to me or whatever.
They
So,
probably remember that feeling. They're probably going through either something similar now, currently, or with their children, or a similar situation. They're like, you know what? I knew this guy Nate in high school, and he was my buddy, and he was a nice guy.
yeah. Yeah, so it was very nice. But
I have that happen too.
yeah, I was gonna say I think I remember some people messaging you over the last decade or something.
I've had a couple of different times where people have reached out, and honestly, I talked to people in high school that I maybe wasn't super close friends with at the
Mhm.
time, that now we've all grown up and they have families or kids or in the same area or similar experiences or traveling, and then we talk a lot more, which is funny to me. Like, I'm thankful for social media so we can talk, but yeah, I've had a couple like guy friends growing up in high school have apologized for maybe their actions of not being PC in high school, I guess, at the time.
Yeah, big old
And
knockers back then.
I did. I had big old Greek boobies, and boys in high school let me know that they were there, honestly. They reminded me that they were there all the time. And this one kid, two kids would actually, I don't even remember how this started. I just remember going home and telling my parents, and my dad was so furious. Walking by and either like, how guys will like brush up against you maybe to be like cop a feel. These guys weren't even being slick like that. Walking by and literally grabbing my boob or touching my boobs. And
Jesus.
they got suspended a couple of times
Oh,
for
good.
doing things like that. I remember it was was pretty traumatic for me.
Yeah. Well, and it just goes to show, like, a lot of people think that, oh, the world's so much worse now, whatever. It's like, this shit has always been going on.
Yeah.
Guys were doing that stuff. And to be fair, at the time, you're not really, you're taught how to act, but like,
Right.
you don't realize that it's such an offensive thing as a kid. You just think like, oh, like
Right.
this is how I'm, like, remember people used to flirt kind of like that? Like girls would like, or girls or guys would like punch each other or
I
whatever.
remember we'd be like boob punch. We'd punch each other in the boobs.
Yeah.
But those are, girls, your girlfriends, not guys.
Yeah. But people were, basically assaulting people back in the day too. This is, whatever, the 90s, 2000s. So
I was bullied quite a bit in middle school and high school. Usually most of my friends were maybe a little bit more well off than my family, blonde, white. I'm walking in, curly, Greek hair, not, I'm tan, I have hair on my body, and it was just something that was not cool at the time, and people would tease me about it a lot.
yeah.
But I know that kid that reached out to me, he was like, I have a daughter now. I have a daughter, and I realized how terrible it was and what I put you through, and I'm so sorry, and like a whole big long thing. So I was like, oh, what goes around comes around. Like, now you have a daughter. I hope nothing, she doesn't have to go through stuff like that, but good thing you realize it now.
Well, and it takes some balls to do that too.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you could just be so ashamed or embarrassed that you don't say anything because you don't want to like bring it up, or you might be thinking, oh, maybe they forgot all about it or whatever. But to like have the gall to go, you know what, I'm going to send her a message. I feel horrible about it, and I wanted to let her know. Like, that's pretty cool too.
Very
mad
cool.
respect for that.
Oh yeah, very cool, and he's doing great, and
yeah,
I appreciate it.
I've had the same thing with me, not like bullying, but like I know, like maybe I can't remember what the situation was, but like some guy owed me some money in high school or something that I like let him borrow, and he never paid me back, and it was a thing. And maybe like 5-10 years ago, he messaged me and he said, I'm so sorry that I never paid you back. I didn't really think it was a thing back then, but he's like, I'd like to pay you back now. It was like it was like $50 or something. And I said, no, man. I was like, just you like saying this and acknowledging it, is super cool. So
but send him a Venmo request, $50 plus interest for 20 years.
Yeah, it's like a library book that you haven't returned forever. It's
you
like
owe me a couple grand.
It
buddy.
was going to be $1 for the late fee, but now with inflation, it is $7,000.
Yeah, that's nice though. But also, kudos to him for having the balls, the cojones to call you and say something.
Yes.
Message you.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. So, I don't know. But now let's get to our random Mexico moments of the week.
I love it. It's every moment.
Yes. Number one, when we were at the track and I look over at the kind of like the bleacher area, and there's just clothes all over it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I realized they probably just didn't have time to dry their clothes, or maybe their power went out or something. And so they were just drying their clothes on the bleachers there.
Laundry day, why not?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have dryers here too. You have a washer or one of those kind of mixed washer dryers. And the sun is the best way to dry your clothes.
That's true. Yeah. Next one, a dog with a purse. Yes. Was in our vision. We were seeing this dog walking down the street. Amazing. And he was holding a little purse, and then he had to go to the restroom. So he put his purse down. He's with his owner. Yeah. But he put his purse down, did a little tinkle, and then picked his purse back up and just went gallivanting right down the street.
Yeah, so cute. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And next one, because it has been raining here so much, and if you're unfamiliar, there's a lot of cenotes here, which are like kind of these underground rivers where holes have popped up and everything all throughout the Yucatan. But this is not normal. There were some that popped up on the beach.
Yes.
The cenote vents where we just think because it's been raining so much that it's been pushing the water through the underground cenotes, and they are popping out on the beach. Yeah. And there's just these big like kind of funnels of water coming out, and a little scary.
A little scary. I think it's amazing because we would feel them when you're swimming, further out in the ocean. You'd kind of feel bubbles or a little cold water, but they're right there for you to see now. They look like they're going to suck you into another place.
Yeah, and that's why it's scary, but like you're really not going to get sucked into anything. It's just, it's actually blowing out. So they said don't jump in it just because you could get stuck in the rocks and everything underneath, but It'll be fine. My friend Tom, that we were talking about earlier, he jumped in one in Tulum, and I was just like, bye.
That looks like a much bigger one. They're like, whoop, gone.
Yeah.
Does it like just push it back out like with the same force, or
I think it's just kind of
you just
flowing
kinda
out.
float
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And the last one, we saw some super friends getting arrested.
We did.
Yeah, the Flabtastic Four were being stopped by the policia. I don't know what they were doing, but I think their only crime was they were portraying characters from movies that were like 35 years old that no one cares about.
Yes, spot on. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, was it Shrek and
Beetlejuice,
The
The
Mask. And I get it, we got a Coco Bongo here.
Yeah.
But
come on.
what like 10-year-old wants a picture with Beetlejuice? I mean, I think are they making a remake now?
I think
or
they
something?
have another new one. The original, like that we know, is from like '88. I didn't even know it was that old.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And like Batman, Spider-Man, whatever. But it's not even like a good Batman and Spider-Man. They're like fat, or just their costume doesn't fit. It just doesn't look good.
It's not like the Vegas characters. Those ones actually look legit. I mean, there are shitty ones there too, but these ones all kind of look a little like little rough.
let's get some updated characters that people actually want to pay to take a photo with you.
Yeah.
I ain't paying to take a picture with Fat Spider-Man. Sorry,
right?
Not happening. I might do it for free across the street. But.
Yes. I think they all maybe need a Amazon account, and then after the Halloween holidays, they need to jump on any new costume that they see. Oh, I don't even know. Nemo or whoever. Coco.
Yeah.
Coco's Mexico.
Yeah,
the
that would
movie
make
Coco.
sense. Yeah, Nemo's still fucking old now too.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, but still, like, get some of those that are on sale and throw them on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. They should, like, when the Party Cities close down, or not Party City, where are they? Halloween.
Yeah.
What are
USA?
they? Halloween Express and like those kind of stores. Yeah, when they shut down, they need to send those costumes to Mexico.
They should.
Yeah, because I would say there's starving Spider-Man, but he ain't starving.
No.
He's a big old chubbo.
And Shrek looks fine.
Yeah, he looks fine. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, that is it for this week. I think hopefully we'll have some good stories about the hurricane next week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have some hurricane parties.
Yeah. But don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music, at Hansons on Hiatus, and support the podcast. Buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers that we will virtually drink over this virtual hurricane.
Yes.
And if you'd like to check out the merch store, Alexis has put some great new designs up, hansonsonhiatus.com. Mm-hmm. And if you click on them, I don't think some people see at the bottom that you can change. It's not just t-shirts and tank tops or whatever. Oh, yeah. There's a section for accessories and home goods, so you can get it on a coffee mug, a pillow, a tote bag, stickers, magnets. Now we do hats, like baseball caps.
I'm gonna have a whole wardrobe of just Tiger's face on it, tote bags and pillows. I can't wait. I'm putting in an order today.
So she's gonna be putting up a ton of new designs each week. So check them out if you'd like to grab something and support the podcast. We really appreciate it. We do. Hope you guys have a great, safe rest of your weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.